And welcome to another episode of smAshlights, where we talk about whatever we want, and we may even tell some people to shut their heads. A place where you can open your head is at smAshlight.com/forum. Thanks everybody for contributing over there. We have this set up to run itself, so I'm not always involved in conversations here. You can follow topics. We've got over 20,000 views now and pushing 1,300 viewers. Will you be the 1,300th registered user on smAshlight.com/forum? Well, if you haven't signed up yet, sign up and contribute. Go to new users and tell us all about you or something like that, or perhaps contribute to the Cosmology forum or the Earth and Geophysics forum, etc. smAshlight.com/forum. Let's talk nutrition. Are you aware of a new plant-based ingredient made from wood? Oh yeah, that's right, wood protein. Fermented wood pieces can replace more traditional things like soy and fungus and peas and coconut protein. Talk about a truly sustainable, nutritious ingredient. Fermented wood. How great is that? I'm just chomping at the bit to eat some wood. This is another major breakthrough, and we're going to continue to see major breakthroughs in things like science and farming and indeed physics, as certain aspects of physics like astrophysics get totally rewritten. The ideas between how stars and planets form being completely rewritten, and thank goodness, more sources of protein. Wood. Did you know? It's called Silpro. Silpro. And apparently it's by some company called Arbiome, probably a reference to biomes and trees. Just fantastic. Ekme and Chevrel. Ekme states, I think we want to develop a product that ultimately products that meet the needs of the industry. I think we're always having that type of feedback, and certainly we've advanced discussions along that pipeline. We've been pleased with the trajectory of Silpro within the human food space. It's also highly nutritious. It's got a high protein content, and because it's sourcing from wood, has no exposure to antibiotics or other environmental contaminants animal-based ingredients may come in contact with. Despite what may be thought about an ingredient from wood, the company says Silpro is very easily digestible. So how about them apples, folks? And thanks to, I believe it's Jeff, for posting this on Facebook. We saw it yesterday and decided to pick it up today. This is why to interact with us on social media. Are you aware of hormone disruptors? Well, there are all kinds of hormone disruptors out there, whether it's plant-based hormone-mimicking chemicals, such as soy, making men grow boobs, or it's bisphenol A in your plastic products, or if it's flame retardants, such as, I don't remember what it's called, PFAS, perfluoroalkyl substances. They're all very bad for you, and we're just putting up this article here from SciTech Daily to urge you to avoid them, as they're associated with all kinds of things like diabetes, reproductive problems, various cancers. So please be aware of this. Read the article on scitechdaily.com if you like. Experts warn of growing hormone disruptor chemical threats. This is one of the most serious things, folks, as hormone disruptors can use a very small amount of chemicals to produce a very big effect, because that's how hormones work in your body. They're sort of chemical news broadcasters that tell your body what to do, and artificial ones are very harmful for you. Let's talk about something that's very not harmful for you, in fact quite good for you. Cinnamon. It may improve blood sugar control. Now, this is part of the reason why maple syrup is vastly superior to corn syrup, which is what Aunt Jemima is, in case you're wondering. Corn syrup's kind of bad for you, as it causes a huge sugar spike, and maple syrup causes nothing, no sugar spike. One of the ways that we improve blood sugar control is by taking cinnamon, yes. So this could slow or possibly even cure type 2 diabetes, folks. It's pretty serious stuff. It's estimated that nearly 90 million people in the U.S. have prediabetes. So apparently, the beneficial effects of adding cinnamon to the diet is to mitigate your blood sugar levels. And that is a great thing. So once again, another example here. And we're going to get back into coffee recipes soon now that we've sort of normalized our coffee intake here. Thanks again to Terry, who was instrumental. Terry from Michigan. Thanks again, Terry. You've got us doing things like buying organic coffee beans only, using non-white colored coffee filters, using filtered coffee, period. And using a grinder and grinding up coffee beans immediately. We're going to start adding things to our coffee once again, things like cinnamon and cayenne pepper and cocoa and so on. So another article here on SciTech Daily, important stuff about your nutrition. Consider adding cinnamon to help with your things like insulin resistance. So that's when cells in your muscles, fat, and liver don't respond well to insulin and can't use glucose for energy. It can contribute to a fatty pancreas. Things like pancreatic cancer are associated undoubtedly. And of course, it can lead to things like obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. You don't want insulin resistance. One of the ways to avoid it is through intermittent fasting and a ketogenic diet. Now, one of the things that's amazing about a ketogenic diet is it forces you to consume better foods. So stay away from processed food, folks. Watch your carbs. Consider doing intermittent fasting. You'll be amazed at how quickly it has major effects on your waistline, your energy levels, and everything else about your inflammatory profile, much less your things like insulin resistance. So here's an article from Healthline talking about intermittent fasting and keto. Now, we're not on a strict ketogenic diet. As somebody like me, like a pro cyclist who needs to have high intensity energy, I consume carbs regularly, especially before doing a very hard effort. However, most days I intermittently fast for like 16 hours. This makes a huge difference. 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating actually works. And again, after about 6 weeks of this, if you try it out, you will be absolutely amazed at how much energy you have, how food is not required. Skipping breakfast, I used to do it, didn't really know why I was doing it. The keto diet can help you out. Let's talk about a bad diet. It's the dildo diet. And one of the things you want to not do is shoplift. Now, this guy, I'm not sure exactly what he's planning on doing with this, but he's, let's just say he's shoplifting some serious stuff here. Now, he's walked into a place called Deja Vu Love Boutique in Las Vegas, and here's the target of his theft. It is a 4-foot-long, 40-pound giant dildo, and you're going to see him just make off with it. That's worth about $1,200. I'm not sure if that makes it grand theft where this happened in Las Vegas. I think in Pennsylvania you got to steal like $2,300 worth of stuff. I wonder what he's doing with that thing right now. And let's talk about COVID and about how it's made in China. That right there, well, I don't know if it's made in China or not. It might have been made in nature. Did the Communist Party have anything to do with it? Chinese Communist Party? Well, who knows? Who really knows? That's the real threat as, hey, Chinese people, if you're watching, and I doubt you are, we love you. We just have a little bit of concerns about the Chinese Communist Party, let's say. Now, I think I've already had COVID, which happened in, I think, April. But I really have no idea. Do I plan to get tested? Nope. Do I want an antibody test? Nope. Do I want to seek any medical attention at all? Nope. Why? Because I have a very, very healthy and robust immune system. It's caused by supplements, enough rest, nutrition, and all sorts of other things, as well as massive exposure to the elements and exposure to all sorts of pathogenic diseases in public. It causes my immune system to do things like this. For you again. See, that's what happens when you have a robust immune system. Now, Trump has idiotically admitted that coronavirus will, quote, get worse. And won't admit past failings. I have no idea about the past failings. But now he's urging people to wear masks. Let me read you a quote. It will get worse before it gets better. Okay. That's something I don't like saying, but it is. We're asking that everybody, when you're not able to socially distance, wear a mask. Whether you like the mask or not, okay? They have an impact. They have an effect. We need everything we could get. A vague statement at the end of his thing. Dr. Fauci's been talking to every news source in the world, talking out his you-know-what, which has prompted us to create a song. And maybe I'll have to write all the lyrics. Hey, Keeb's Tunes, otherwise known as Mr. Keebler. Let's consider doing a rendition of this, as even Senate Republicans are now backing Fauci. Well, I've got something else to say. So let's break out the karaoke so I can sing for our viewers. Just a moment, we are streaming live. Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Fauci lives in a very bad part of town. It's called Washington, D.C. It sucks. And everybody, tries to put Fauci down. Well, Fauci, I don't care what your epidemiologists do. 'Cause you know, Fauci, dude, I really can't stand you. And so I sing now, shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Anyway, Fauci is an infectious disease expert specializing in vaccines, not an epidemiologist, which is why I'm telling Fauci to shut up, because I think he has some sort of financial interest in extending the pandemic, pushing a vaccine, and doing all kinds of other unnecessary things associated with a cheap Chinese virus made of plastic, okay? So learn how to say China at the top of your face. Say China. Tell this guy to shut his face. Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. All right. I've survived a global pandemic so far. Congratulations on doing the same and not being a complete COVIDiot like so many COVIDiots around the world. Oh, and by the way, one other thing. A writing credit to Shut Up, Fauci, Fauci, Shut Up, based on some song by the McCoys called Hang On Sloopy. Writing credit to Pat Gray of The Blaze. I believe he wrote the track. Shut Up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Again, we are streaming live to Twitch. It's twitch.tv/smAshomash. If you haven't subscribed, please do so if you want to see the content immediately. We're also on YouTube, and if you're watching on YouTube, please take a moment to press like and subscribe, and press the notification bell, and increase the probability that you'll actually see the videos when they come out. One of the perks of being a patron or a subscribe star is that we actually tell you when the daily space weather videos come out, as well as other stuff. We are on BitChute as well, thanks to our new subs over there. And there's exclusive content on all of our social media, so check it out. Please consider becoming a patron. Thanks to our patrons for being the real source of funding for the content. We won't talk about Google AdSense today. We're also on Subscribestar. Please visit the other links below the video. We've got a prototype piece of merch coming. We're going to dip our toe into the fine, fine world of merch, poking fun at the infantile response of mankind to Smash or Price, my first pandemic. So look for that in less than a week. And if you'd like to reach us for any sort of breaking news stories or anything like that, or if you just want to say hi, feel free to send us a call or a text at the smAsho VoIP line. It's country code 1, area code 610-936-9799. That's country code 1, 610 is the area code, 936-9799. That's a lot of nines, and we picked it on purpose. Let's talk about material science. Nope, not condensed matter physics today. Nope. How about a material that cannot be cut? How? Well, it destroys your cutting tool before it gets destroyed. It's a bunch of ceramic beads inside of an aluminum cellular matrix, making for all kinds of new breakthroughs in protective equipment and so on. This one's on extremetech.com if you want to read about the engineer that cannot be cut. Have they named it? Well, I don't know. It's from Durham University and Fraunhofer Institute. And it is based on seashells. So once again, like Velcro and so many other things, a design taken from nature. It's called Proteus. Here's a little clip. Here's a grinder not being able to grind. And basically what they've done is they've ground down the grinder and not the material. Let's talk about magnetic fields. Well, they're being measured all over the place. And here's an article about the magnetic fields of Galaxy NGC 4217. Just bear with me one moment, folks. Just got to make sure that the stream is legit and that we don't have any chats that I got to respond to. So here's a small cosmology segment. And the field lines on this galaxy are quite all over the place. Many of you may expect the fields to just kind of be like this, coming out of the core. And that's not what we see by any stretch. We see major field force lines, potential field force lines like this, and like this, and like this, and like this. It almost looks like a swastika, just saying. And yeah, so here's an article about magnetic field structures discovered, super bubbles, giant loops, and X-shaped fields. A bunch of galaxies that look a lot like the Milky Way when we look at the extremely interpolated radio data to figure out the potential magnetic field force lines. It has to do with very precise measurements of things like redshift of the mainly hydrogen that's being blown all around those galactic cores. In any case, the X-shaped magnetic field of NGC 4017, an off-center superbubble structure, is interesting. And it does have to do with the real way things like galaxies are structured, forming, breeding stars, or whatever you'd like to say. So if you want to check this one out, it's another SciTech Daily. I think that's 3 today. Shout out to SciTech Daily, my favorite science publication. And we would like to invite you to Mensa. Make Earth not suck again. It's up to you. Or, if you're in the U.S., Mensa. Make America not suck again. It's up to you. Centralization is dead, so be an individual. Have an opinion. Let us know in the comments what it is. And thanks for tuning in to another episode of the smAshlights, where we don't always sing, but sometimes we do. And now it's time to go do more stuff.